Okay, so tonight we're having a bit of a look at a 2785, and there was the 2795 and the 2785, and they were very easy to pick from the back plates on them. And you had the 2785 there. Now the only difference between I have a boxed 2795 and I have this 2785, so I'll just get settled here, that's better. And the 2785 was all I could get for a very long time. I've had this for years, and I've got to be honest, I was always extremely proud of it because it's a very clean edition of it, etc., etc. But it was nice to find a 2795 as well. Now the only difference really between the 2785 2795 was the ability to do another segment of channels, and you know what, that really didn't turn me on. It didn't matter to me whether it had 80 channels or 120 channels, to be honest. And just to show you what that does is flick of a switch there. I thought this was actually the easier one to understand, and although nothing wrong with the 2795, of course. Of course you've got FM, lower sideband, upper and AM. And actually, let's just show you what a 2795 looks like just very quickly. As you'll see, the 2795 sits in a proud position with the old SBE Console 6 and the SBE Sidebander 6, etc. These came from David de Kock in what's all these leads everywhere though? In South Africa, and these are like new. They're beautiful. They really are. And I've got a few boxes coming over from David at the moment, a few more coming, so hang in there, guys. There's more coming. So okay, so there was a little bit more complexity in the 2795 in the fact that you had your low, medium, high there, but you also had like a TX and an RX clarifier, which, to be honest, good and bad. It's just another thing to go wrong, to be honest. But and this is where it really was just just a different version of the Hygain series. Now let's just go back to the original one. So what's inside a Hygain 5 2785 or 95? All right. So basically, it's a Cybernet chassis inside it. So when I say Cybernet, and I'm being particularly lazy here, I've just grabbed a Super Panther that's it's pretty grotty. Look at this. Anyway, but it's a Cybernet board. Now they have a board on the side here. So just remember, there's one screw on the side. If you ever need to reset your offsets, you can do that quite easily over here. But you'll need to just pull the board to a side, and basically your lower side adjustment over here, upper side here. Obviously, you've got to adjust your over here as well with your lower and upper side. Now, in both cases, the FM board will need to come up, and you can just easily adjust and set up your 10.0525, etc. And over here you can set up your if I got that the right way around, don't worry about that for the moment. Sorry, over here is your 20 point anyway, it's late at night, but yes, so basically over here is a board it'll be covering this area on the Hygain 2785-95 series. So once again, they do it a little bit differently. Now you can pull the board and adjust here. You can get some adjustment on the top board as well that sits there. So you'll find right here and right here on the top board. I really should have taken the cover off the other one, but it's so in place at the moment. I didn't want to. And the chap who's getting it, I want to show him not in pieces, in all fully. Yes, anyway. But yeah, so just remember, FM board over here, nothing to touch, nothing to adjust there. Leave that alone. Again, over here, there's an adjustment here for lower sideband. Sorry, wrong. Upper sideband. It will adjust upper sideband slightly on the top board, but ideally, go with the normal procedure. Take this board out the way and adjust your two little fellas here. Set them up by the manual. Set this up by the manual. You might ask, why do I say that when I'm trying to convince somebody that this is a great radio and buy this radio? No, and they already have, so that's not a problem. But what I'm trying to say is that it's also good for when you're buying older radios to know what makes the number one, what makes them tick, but also what makes them a little bit diverse from, say, the standard Cybernet chassis when you take the lids off. But generally, the 2795, 85, you very much can follow the the standard Cybernet tune-up procedure, and you're home and host, no question there. All right, so let's have a bit of a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah, just listening up here and having a look over here. 1, 2. Hello, 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 hello. Now, that's on a unit that's not supposed to receive sideband. I might actually go over to my other unit and go in line with my PEP meter, actually, just to show you exactly what it does. Okay, so we're a little bit not set up yet, and I'll admit that I've got a bit infatuated with the 2670, and I've been playing around with a lot of digital and VHF, UHF stuff with it, playing around with things that I've never been able to do here. But in that, I haven't quite set up everything to suit with it again. So let's just quickly have a look at PEP meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. There's lots of power coming out of that. Hang on, let's just go to sideband here, and I'll just go to lower sideband. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Hello, 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 hello. So getting about 15 watts. Hello, hello, hello. Did you see the swing before on AM though? These things are very interesting. They will swing on PP, but don't believe that for a second. I realised that when I was in. So when we go to sideband, we're getting a more realistic reading of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, hello. About 14 watts, which is what I would expect of this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do was go to receive. Ah, okay. So now we're on receive. Let's just bring that way down. So let's go right down to. There we go. Turn that up a bit. Now that's hearing noise free at 0.581 microvolts. So that's obviously very nice and hearing lovely. And as we bring it up, yeah, loads. All right. So all we're doing when we do that is we're just testing and making sure that we can actually hear that. Test that the radio can hear, especially down low. We're not going super accurate on HF sets. We really don't care. Once we start to get 0.5 microvolt noise free, we know it's fine. It's probably going to vary every little bit, sort of from one end of the band to the other, etc., etc. But nothing to really be worried about. Now, just a couple of things. Yes, this is for a collector who is a excuse me, a very good friend of mine, and generally when we show you these things, they're already sold and going to somebody very special. Now, the reason is that we're having to show it on dummy load, can't show it on antenna, because it is not type approved, and it has these little things that, you know, obviously ACMA are not going to get excited about or like. By the way, we should just test all digits here and make sure that they all sort of work. And we're looking good. I haven't done that actually yet. Sorry about that. I normally do that, but just being honest, I did it some time back. No, and the channel selector feels so like new on this thing. It really, really does. It's a great example of the 2785. And anybody that tries to buy the 2795 off me, sorry, no, that's. I don't have a lot that I'm keeping for myself as 100% staying, especially in CB. I'm probably only keeping 30 or 40. 50 at a push. That's it. You know, of some of the real collectible stuff that I've loved, and it's decisions like this which are hard, because I never see another 2785 again. Certainly not this clean. And but you know, I'm going to be using that museum room primarily for amateur radio, then having a small display section of CB, but most of it will be amateur gear, and even fitting, you know, say 40 or 50. 30 or 40, I think I said. You'd almost think Samantha's in the room where I'm trying to get it up to 40 or 50, but I'm not. I'm really happy to keep maybe 30 or 40 of the real collectible ones that I've enjoyed over the years. Ham radio is a whole different kettle of fish. There's a lot there that I'm keeping, and we'll obviously update you as things go along. But and then one day I won't be here and it'll all get auctioned off, and the radio you've wished for, you'll probably get half the price. Anyway, hang in there. We don't live forever. But look, beautiful radio, it really is. As I said, I'd love to show it to you on air. It's a bit of a fine line in living here in Australia, as some of you know. But one thing I didn't show you was the FM operation, and the carrier on FM there. Bang! What's it getting on FM? That's getting about 14 watts. So yeah, let's have a look here. Let me just fix this up. Hang on. I thought first I'd just show you what it sounds like coming off the test monitor. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2. So it sounded quite nice actually, and no problems there. And if we let's have a look how. We'll keep an eye on both. Bit of squelch on FM here on the TS50. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2. Just turn it up a bit. Sorry. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, and as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, working quite well. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 1 2. And the way they resolve FM, and I can show you. Whoop, hang on. Oh, again, let me fix something. Sorry, you were hearing more of my service monitor than you were hearing of this, to be honest. And I was actually in spectrum analyzer mode. I needed to come back over to generate mode where I can actually monitor my signal in. But as you can hear, the resolution on FM, they really do. It's a single chip that they do it with too. It's actually quite good. But and once again, we can test its FM. Take that down. Now, look at that. Now that's 0.5 of a microvolt, 0.581 to be, and it's still S1 with very little noise. And I could do, as Mike was saying, a full SINAD, but no, look, we'll just, for now, this will give a good friend of mine a good idea what's coming over. Anyway, comes with bracket and thumb screws too. These days, getting some of these original bits, they can be hard. Hygain mics, and people say, "Oh, who cares?" But no, you should. You should care about trying to get every last bit you can. And I've even got the original power cord that goes with this. That people are charging $30 alone for those power cords. They seriously are. It is crazy. But this is a very good mate of mine. So I'll give you the big tip. It's going back to Adelaide, and I don't want to reveal his name because I don't like revealing collectors' names. And this particular collector has bought a number of things from me, and I like to sort of keep their privacy because not everybody's like me and wants to show the world how much rubbish they've got sitting around their sheds. It's probably wise, to be very honest. All right, lots more coming up, absolutely. But thanks very much for having a look at this Hygain 5 2785. Beautiful example of it, really is, and I absolutely know that my good mate back in Adelaide will be keeping this for life. And you know what, we all don't live forever, but we can choose how we live, and that's what he's doing and I'm doing and we're all doing. So when you're out there, and don't worry, when you pay that little bit too much, and I've done it a million times, don't worry too much, because quite seriously, these things are just not going down in price, number one, and number two, you're only here for a short time. Make sure you enjoy it. I certainly am, and some people have kind of even complimented me lately on some of the things I've been buying and purchasing. But I do want to say, it's some of those things have been on my mind for a very long time. I should have bought them earlier, especially that Corvette, by the way. So live life. Don't waste a second of it, guys. Absolutely. 73s. Please subscribe and chuck a little sort of tick on the big thumbs up button if you can. But the subscription helps us out ginormously, and we'll come back with something else very soon. 73s. All the best.